Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Brian's Business World. We're continuing with our series of improving your decision making skills. And today we're going to apply these decision making skills to a particular kind of investment. And that investment is buying a business. Now, there's many different kinds of businesses you can buy. If we were to split the world kind of between non-franchise businesses or franchise businesses, that's one way to go about it. But there's a whole smorgasbord of different kinds of business, or rather businesses, that you can buy. Now, I want to apply some of our prior lessons that we discussed to this particular investment decision. Again, what is an investment? Anywhere where you put time, it's any project or task where you put in your money or your time or both. Now, buying a business is a particularly interesting investment decision because you will put in both a lot of your personal time and your personal money into buying and running the business. So it's a great application of what we've previously discussed. So the first three criteria we go with at looking at whether to buy a particular business are as follows. One, we have to look at the outcome. What are you looking for the business to do for you? Specifically, what outcomes are you looking for from the business? Is it a lifestyle consideration? Is it providing you a job? Is it providing you purely passive income? What are you looking for as an outcome from the business? Of any criteria or anything you look at in buying a business, that is probably the most important consideration. What do you want the business to do for you as an outcome, as a result? So really spend some time thinking about that. And when you're looking at a business, thinking about what it's going to do for you, what your goals are with it, and again, what results you want to achieve here. The most important thing of anything. Second, how much time and cost will it take to acquire the business? So do enough homework that you are comfortable with the level of time and the level of money required to acquire the business in question. So we check that box there. And then the third criteria, which again many people miss when purchasing a business, is what ongoing cost in terms of time and money will be required to sustain the business or grow the business. And again, that last point is very important there. How much money and time will be required to sustain the operations of the business and or grow the operations of the business? And many people do not take that into consideration when they're evaluating a particular business. So let's say you've gone through, you're looking at buying a particular business, and you've thought carefully about what it's going to do for you and what results you want. You are comfortable with the amount of time and money it will take to acquire the business, and you understand and are comfortable with the amount of time and capital it will take to keep the business running and potentially even grow it in the future. So you've gone through our initial criteria, and that's great. So now, how do you more specifically evaluate whether this particular business is a quote-unquote good buy or good purchase? Well, there's a 5-part toolkit that we will go into in more detail on future episodes, but I want to give you an overview of it now. So of this 5-part toolkit for specifically evaluating a business, the components are as follows. 1, a review of the accounting, aka the numbers. Many people are deathly afraid of numbers, deathly afraid of looking at data. We will give you some tools and tips of how not to be afraid of data or accounting or numbers, and you might even shockingly start to enjoy that and feel very comfortable with that. We'll have some episodes on that. So again, first part of the toolkit is accounting or numbers. Second is legal. Again, here a lot of people have a great deal of discomfort. Many lawyers use and speak. The lawyers use jargon, and the language of the law is very confusing. And what I mean by legal here is the legal housekeeping of the business in order. Are there employment contracts? Do there need to be employment contracts? Are there contracts with suppliers or vendors? Is there a good commercial lease in place? All sorts of things like that. So we'll go again into more details as to how you can become more comfortable with the legal side of the toolkit. Third area of the toolkit is what I call market position. So market position means understanding what the company or the business offers and who or what are the customers. So for example, if you're looking to buy a chocolate making shop, does the chocolate making shop focus on really high-end artisanal chocolate and therefore goes for a very high-end clientele, or are they more middle of the road? Does a particular car dealership sell cars to the luxury market, or are they more towards the budget or lower end of the market? So really understanding what the business offers with its current market position. So again, the market position is what the business sells and who the customers are. Now, the third aspect of the toolkit naturally segues into the fourth aspect, which is marketing. If you have a good understanding of what the current customers or clients are and what the business does or what it sells, you then can explore or see how you can use marketing to expand that market, or if it can be expanded at all. Some businesses have a very limited, or rather not very, but a more limited growth potential, and that's due to the nature of their market position. There's just not a lot of places they can go. So for example, if you have one restaurant in a very small town, that may be sort of the extent of its market. There's only so many people in the town. They may be able to improve sales or offer different products, but there's a finite amount of people that will likely be patronizing that restaurant. So again, you have to understand that. You have to understand how many people are in the town, what the kind of food is being offered or beverages being offered, and then from there you'll understand, well, there might be some ways we can market this restaurant in a small town and improve things, but ultimately there's probably going to be a pretty limited growth pattern to that. And then the fifth thing in terms of in the toolkit of evaluating businesses is personnel. So what I mean by personnel is who currently works at the business. Do the owners currently work there? Are there other critical employees? Do the owners not really, quote, work in the day-to-day operations of the business at all? If the owners don't work in the day-to-day operations of the business, the current employees who are there will likely be very important because they know all the nuts and bolts of what happens day to day. So are those people staying with the business? Are employment contracts in place? Are they going to train the existing team members there, the existing employees? Are they going to train you as the new owner? How's all that going to work out? Are you going to have to hire people? You're going to have to fire people. So really understanding the dynamics of the personnel are critical. So again, once you've gone through sort of our initial three-layer or three-step approach to evaluating any particular investment, and then you've said, okay, I'm going to look at buying this business, you've thought it through, then there's, again, a 5-part toolkit that we will give you more training and more help with developing so you can specifically analyze if this particular business is a good deal. And again, those 5 components are 1, accounting or numbers, aka the financials. 2, legal aspects of the business. Is the legal housekeeping in good order or not? 3, what is the market position of the business, which is who or what are the customers and what is the product or service that the business offers. You'd have a very good understanding of all those dynamics. 4th, marketing, which again, once you understand the market position, you'll be able to see if the business can grow or cannot grow and how it would grow. And then 5th, the personnel that come with the business or that you may need to add to the business. So sort of the 5 pillars of the toolkit for evaluating specific business purchases. We're going to have a lot more topics on this. We're going to go into much more detail on all of the toolkit, all of the components of the toolkit, and in purchasing businesses. But I hope you've enjoyed our segment today. And please give us some feedback below. Send us an email. Subscribe. If if you like this content, and look forward to talking with you soon. Thank you.